Welcome to freedomalcohol.com. This is Sam French. I hope I find you well. Welcome to week 13 of Freedom from Alcohol since 31/12/15. I hope you're well. I hope you had a good Easter break. And today I want to talk about obviously the benefits of being free from alcohol in this mindset series during March and April, but specifically I want to talk about alcohol culture and how this affects our freedom from alcohol. And I want to start this point talking about when we first stopped drinking alcohol. It is really about being positive and having a positive mindset, as I talked about last week, but also on a practical basis. You're also looking at dealing with a bit of physical withdrawal potentially. Now this obviously depends on how long you've been drinking for, your makeup, your well-being, your health, your current position. But in those early days it is about that withdrawal point. And this might be a headache, it might be some restlessness, it might be feeling particularly dehydrated. It could be different things for different people. And I would say at this point, if you are concerned that your withdrawal would be something which is potentially very dangerous, you'll probably know this. And actually this is for the minority of people. This website is not aimed for that particular audience. It's aimed at the audience that feels that they can go free safely. If in doubt, you need to seek an expert's advice, refer yourself to a doctor. So I just wanted to say that because these physical withdrawals, as I've spoken about on many occasions in my blog, don't actually last for that long. You're looking at the first few days, 3 to 4 days for the most severe ones to disappear, and then actually out of your system the alcohol will probably be gone within a week, and you'll be starting to find some kind of normality after 2 weeks. Now that isn't to say that the alcohol withdrawal physically doesn't take some time to heal, and that can take months, but as I say, the specific large initial symptoms will go away very quickly within the first 1 to 2 weeks. And after that, you are left with yourself. And we come back to this over and over again. Going free from alcohol is predominantly something which is a behavioural thing that you have to deal with. When you stop, you're left with yourself. And the elements of this that I wanted to talk about today is specifically about our culture and alcohol and what you will face going forward. Now, particularly in Western culture, we are absolutely covered in acceptance of alcohol, from local off licenses to supermarkets to advertising to reading the newspaper, it's absolutely everywhere, to weekly and daily conversations with friends and colleagues and family. It's all over the place. You know, as I do, that where there's an opportunity to celebrate, there will be alcohol involved. From bar mitzvahs to birthdays to weddings to everywhere. Alcohol is a part of Western society and also a significant part of society in the rest of the world. Indeed, if you look online on Google, there are very few countries which actually don't allow alcohol, and these are listed in their very few numbers. And this cultural piece, this bit around our society and how it's part of everything around us, presents the person going free from alcohol with, I think, some challenges in terms of maintenance of being free from alcohol. I think what's really important in these mindsets is that you understand that the material which is out there is glorifying what is essentially a drug, and that's the whole website title started with a drug. A drug is a drug except when it's alcohol. A drug is a drug except when it's drink, and that's where this started from. This website started with that mindset of alcohol in our culture and how it is totally wrong. And one of the things that you are going to have to work on and train your mind, and something which has really, really benefited me, is in really starting to understand that this culture is totally and utterly wrong. Really seeing alcohol for what it is. Alcohol is a poison. It is something that has no benefits. There are no benefits to alcohol. It dehydrates you. It makes you think slower. It kills off brain cells. It is just totally unhelpful in helping you maximize your potential, in helping you work towards your goal. So I challenge you and ask you to go out and to learn as much as you can about alcohol. And I hope that the more that you learn about it, the more that you understand that there are no benefits to alcohol and how culture portrays it. You only have to look in the newspapers at Saturday nights out in some of these western towns, and people falling over themselves and getting pissed and drunk, and then in the morning, what do? They get up and they almost celebrate. We celebrate. We get up and we go, wow, look, I was absolutely smashed, trashed, wrecked. And we do that in some kind of way that is a positive thing. And I just don't understand that. And I hope that as you start to learn more, research more, understand more about alcohol, it will help you in your freedom from alcohol. I cannot underestimate the importance of really getting a grip of this. You know, the fancy packaging on a shelf, you are looking at, when you go into a wine store or a wines department, let's not forget that the ultimate, and people laugh at this sometimes, ultimately what you have got in that bottle is a load of decaying grapes matter that is fermenting and breaking down and turning into alcohol. Now, I don't know the exact process, and perhaps I should look at that, but that's essentially what it's doing. It's turning itself into a poison. And then we go and celebrate and consume that poison and celebrate it, you know, from vintage wines to special malt whiskies to all of these things are poisons. They destroy cells. They do not help you, and yet society celebrates it. I hope and I think that going forward, alcohol will become similar to smoking, in that now in society, as I'm sure you are aware, it is more accepted that smoking is not the norm. I think it's going to take a lot longer for this to happen with alcohol, but I do think it will start to get there. And there is some evidence already that this is the case. Some changes in behaviour and attitude towards drinking, certainly from governments and from those people in power. You see, though, the trouble is that a lot of these people in power are the same people that also drink, and they are also trapped in that cultural link. And also they are trapped in the fact that alcohol brings in so much money for countries in the form of taxes or whichever other way they choose to get that money in. Now, this is such a big topic, but it's an important mindset for you to think about, and an important mindset which I have certainly been investigating, learning about during my freedom from alcohol. So this week, go out, start to really research and get to the bottom of finding out what really drives alcohol in our cultures, in our country. And I hope that this helps you in your freedom from alcohol by really starting to see the propaganda that is alcohol in our society. It may sound extreme, but I really believe that. And if you want to learn more about this, just, as I say, get on that laptop, get on that social media, go and find out. You will soon discover the reality of alcohol. Thank you very much for listening to freedomalcohol.com. Have a great week. You've been listening to Sam French.